Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. This is Dee. I have got 4 things that, ladies, we need to stop doing right now. I mean, if we're doing them now, we need to run right away back to our house or back to our room, get changed, and do something different because these things aren't going to work for us. I'm just kidding, but these seriously are 4 things we need to stop doing or start doing, actually, one of them. And one of them I stole from somebody else, but it's so brilliant. I actually have to share it. So I actually made a note about it so I get it accurate and I get it right so I can share it appropriately. So the very first one, and this is going to be a quick video, I'm not going to drag it on all day. First one is we need to stop wearing our joggers and our PJs and tracksuits around the house. I know we get home from work, we get home from being outside in the cold or wherever, we want to put on something comfortable, something relaxing, something at home that's a little more comfortable and says we're home, you know? But we look a little sloppy in our joggers and in clothes such as such. So we need to invest in some nice loungewear. So you can get loungewear pieces, matching tops and bottoms, nice ones. You don't have to break the bank. You can if you'd like to, and if you can, go for it. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. There's other options. You could just hit up a Walmart and find something nice. There's thrift stores you can get a very high-end piece at a thrift store for like $10. Like, really, there's so many options, so many great places to go and get something really nice. Like, if you go to the thrift store, everything comes clean, but you just throw it in the wash anyway, so it has your own smell and it feels like your own once it comes out, and that's it, it's yours. So I mean, don't ever be concerned or worried. If you've never been in a thrift store or you're not sure about it, go in there, walk around, just have a peek. They're all different. There's ones that I can tell you are great for certain things and not great for others, but they're definitely worth taking a peek and stopping and looking in because I think you'll find yourself surprised. So that's the first one, is investing in some nice loungewear. You want to look a little leveled up. Even at home, it makes us feel better about ourselves. It makes us just better at being us when we feel good about ourselves and we feel put together and feel like we're dressed and we're in clothing and not in like quasi PJs. If it's something that you could fall asleep in and really not care if you woke up the next day wearing it, then we shouldn't have it on during the day. We need to change to something else. So that's number one. The second one is the one I have notes on because this one I stole. So if you're ever in doubt, you're asking yourself a question, you're not sure if there's something you want to buy or something you want to eat or something you want to do or not do, ask yourself the question, would my future self be happy if I did this or didn't do it? And whatever that answer is going to be your answer. So it's a very good one because if, let's say, like, for example, I'm going to go and wake up at 3 in the morning and pig out on chocolate like I do. I do this all the time. I wake up with chocolate on my face. It's disgusting. But I need to ask myself before I go into that, like, am I going to be happy in the morning when I wake up with chocolate all over my face that I did that when I feel like puking and I pigged out on chocolate like for an hour in my sleep? No, I'm not going to feel good about that. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'll have a nice big glass of water and head back to bed. So that's a good example. I'm using myself as an example. So there you go. I think that's a really good one, and it can be applied to so many situations. And like even working out at the gym, like if you're working out and you're not feeling so great, but you've done your workout, you've done what you're supposed to do, you could go a little harder and do extra, and you don't feel like it so much, but you ask yourself, will I feel better after if I did this or if I didn't? And depending on what your answer is, that's your answer. That's what you do, because you want to feel good about things you've done and feel proud about your day. At the end of every day, you want to feel good about what you've achieved and what you've accomplished. So that's number 2. Third rule is, as we get older, this is a makeup one, our faces tend to sink in underneath our cheekbones anyways, naturally. As well as we begin to fall, gravity starts to kick our butts and it starts to fall a little bit. So putting contour in that crevice is just going to further accentuate that. And so it's come to my attention that it might be a little more attractive for us and more youthful looking if we put our contour a little bit above that crevice and a bit more on our cheekbone, and it will give the illusion that our cheekbone the crevice is a little higher than it naturally is, so we don't look so sunken in and we don't look like gravity's kicked our butt yet. We still have a higher level of that crevice. Like, it'll give that illusion and give our face a more youthful appearance. So That one's a good one. And the fourth one is, what's the fourth one? It's a good one too. Here we go. So this one's important. This one's close. So I'm wearing an example of this. So if you're a tiny gal, you want to avoid wearing clothes that show tummy, that have space between your shirt and your belly, because that is going to cut your body off and show, if you're tinier, that you're tiny from the waist down. What you want to do is have pieces that your top tucks into your bottom, so it gives it one long tall illusion, and it kind of makes that, where that divide is, where that line is, disappear. Monochromatic colors do this best. If you can do it in all one color, they do it best. Number one way to go. But you can do it with color as well. The key is to not show skin, because any horizontal line you have showing, that's where your body's going to cut off. That's where it's going to show your body's cutting off. And that's where everyone's going to think is the top of your legs, like the length of your waist. And everything below that is all you've got for legs and waist. So if you're wearing low rise and a belly top, then you've got legs. It's going to look like, even if you're a tiny girl, your legs are going to look even shorter than they are. So it doesn't do us any favors. So I'm a tall girl, and I will still, well, like quasi tall. I'm like 5'7.5", 5'8". I still want to not shorten myself, so I still try and go for stuff that tucks in. I don't always. I still go for some of those. I like, in the summer, I like wearing bra top type of things with a blazer on top of dress pants, like nice cool thin dress pants. That's my look in the summer, and I love that. But that doesn't do me any favors with regard to length. Now I can get away with that because I am not so tiny, but if you were a tinier girl, you might not want to do that sort of thing. You got to try and stick to one uniform, like straight line as much as possible, and that's going to just add a little bit of length to your bottom half and just your whole body itself, and it's going to make you look a little bit taller, a little bit slimmer, and accentuate what we want to accentuate and hide what we want to hide. So those are my 4 things that we need to stop doing right away, and a few things we need to start doing. So I hope that was helpful, guys. If you enjoy my videos, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care and have a lovely Monday.